Yeah, this is Grace talking. You counted me out, but heaven counted me in. Lost the throne, lost my strength, but I never lost my name. Let's go.
They thought I was finished, heaven disagreed. Broken that Lodibar, but the king still sees. I was low, I was lame, still seated with kings. When grace calls your name, it changes everything. Heaven disagreed. Heaven disagreed. I was written off, but I'm written in. They said I was done. Heaven disagreed.
Born in a royalty, crown in my bloodline. Grandson of Saul, but pain rewrote my timeline. Dropped as a child, feet crushed by the fall. From palace halls to nothing at all. Lodibar, place of no passion, no voice. Living off leftovers, no future, no choice. Name meant shame, yeah, they label my fate, but heaven don't agree with the labels they play. I wasn't running from God, I was hiding from hope. When you've been hurt too long, you learn how to cope. But the story was over, the promise expired. Didn't know the king still honored the oath to my father. Jonathan's covenant still speaking my name, even when I forgot who I was in the pain. Grace doesn't ask if you're ready or strong. Grace just shows up like son, come home.
They thought I was finished, heaven disagreed. Broken that Lodibar, but the king still sees. I was low, I was lame, still seated with kings. When grace calls your name, it changes everything. Heaven disagreed. Heaven disagreed. I was written off, but I'm written in. They said I was done.
Then David sent word, go fetch him now. Not for judgment, nah, this is covenant ground. I walked in afraid, expecting the sword, but grace was the language the king could afford. He said, fear not, before I could speak. That's how mercy sounds when it finds the weak. Restored my land, restored my seat. Pulled a broken man right into royalty. Still lame in my feet, yeah, I didn't change, but grace don't heal you just to love you. Grace loves you first, then rewrites the page. A seat at the table, enemies watching me eat. I'm eating like sons while my past stays quiet. They see the blessing, but don't know the riot that was happening inside when shame got evicted. They thought I was finished, heaven objected.
They thought I was finished, heaven disagreed. From Lodibar, dust to destiny. I was low, I was lame, still seated with kings. When grace calls your name, it changes everything. Heaven disagreed. Heaven disagreed.
Coming in loud and in history.
Written off, but I'm written in. They said I was done. Heaven disagreed.
This ain't just my story, this generational. For everyone crippled by the accidental. Dropped by people you trusted the most. Now you living in exile from what you was posed. Grace will find you when you hit your fate. Grace will call you by your real name. Not broken, not forgotten, not too late. But son, chosen, kept by grace. You don't earn the table, it's already set. You don't heal first, you just say yes. While others remind you of who you're not. The king reminds you of who he said you are. So I sit with confidence, star still there, but the presence of the king makes it fair. If he called me family, who can disagree? If heaven said yes, that settles it for me.
Heaven disagreed.
Say it!
Heaven disagreed.
When the doctor said no, when fear decreed,
Heaven disagreed.
when they closed the door, when they counted me weak. If God is for me, who can compete?
Heaven
When
disagreed.
I'm by the fine, by the call, not by Lodibar nights, but the king's banquet hall. My limb didn't cancel the promise on me. It just made the grace more visible. See, this for the ones still hiding in the shadows. Grace got GPS, it will find you though. Common mercy, ancestor flow, what gospel before time, we still honors it, bro. So I rap this loud for the broken and time for the ones whose dreams got quietly buried. You're not late, you're not lost, and I finished. Heaven already made its decision.
They thought I was finished. Heaven disagreed. Broken that Lodibar, but the king still sees. I was low, I was lame, still seated with kings. When grace calls your name, it changes everything. Heaven disagreed. Heaven disagreed.
Covenant louder than King's Street.
But I'm written in. They said I was done. Heaven disagreed.
If the king call your name, sit down, eat. This table wasn't built by your strength, it was built by grace. They thought you were finished, but heaven disagreed.
grace in a broken bloodline. From Lodibar to the palace, pulled from hiding to honor. Selah, listen. Yeah, at the king's table, my scars don't define me. Broken feet, but the covenant defines me. Pull me from dust, now I sit with the mighty. Grace on the plate, yeah, he fed me kindly. At the king's table, no orphan spirit. Name restored when the mercy cleared it. From Lodibar nights to a throne room witness, I eat like a son, Selah, I'm finished. Born in the fall, yeah, the news came fast. Nurse dropped a child when the kingdom crashed. 5 years old, legs never healed right. Running from Saul's house, fear in the night. Grandson of kings, but living like shame. Royal blood, still afraid of my name. Lodibar, place with no word, no pasture, no promise echo, just pain and disaster. I learned how to hide, learned how to cope. Ground in my blood, but I live with no hope. They said that's all seed, don't let them rise, but God keeps covenants past their ties. At the king's table, my scars don't define me. Broken feet, but the covenant finds me. Pull me from dust, now I sit with the mighty. Grace on the plate, yeah, he fed me kindly. At the king's table, no orphan spirit. Name restored when the mercy cleared it. From Lodibar nights to a throne room witness, I eat like a son, Selah, I'm finished. David asked, is there one still alive? Grace searching lineage, mercy on drive. Not for his strength, not for his fame, but for Jonathan's love, remembered by name. They said there's one, but he's broken and lame. David said, bring him, still call him the same. I came trembling, bowed low in fear. Thought judgment was next, thought death was near. But the king said, fear not, I restore your land. Eat at my table like you're my own man. Grace don't ask if you deserve the seat, it just covers the place where you're incomplete. He never healed my feet, he hid them under the table. Selah. At the king's table, the lame look whole under covenant cloth. Yeah, he fixed my soul. Enemies watch while the oil still flows. What they meant for shame, he made it known. At the king's table, I'm not a guest, I'm seated daily. I found my rest. Grace keeps calling me royalty. Selah, this is identity. Some of us kings and blood, but slaves in the mind. Running from callings God already signed. Dropped by trauma, crippled by fear. Still got a seat, but you won't come near. Loaded by living, surviving, not thriving. Royal anointing, but barely surviving. Bracing for you, not because you're strong, but the covenant's older than what went wrong. He don't just save you, he renames you, son. Puts you at the table, says eat, we're done. Let the past starve while you feast and light. You ain't late, you were called this night. At the king's table, my scars don't define me. Broken feet, but the covenant finds me. Pull me from dust, now I sit with the mighty. Grace on the plate, yeah, he fed me kindly. At the king's table, no orphan spirit. Name restored when the mercy cleared it. From Lodibar nights to a throne room witness, I eat like a son, Selah, I'm finished. If grace found Mephibosheth, grace can find you. Don't stand at the door when the king already set your place. Selah. At the king's table, yeah. This is grace with a backbone. Dust on my name, oil on my head. From forgotten fields to eternal seats. Listen. From Lodibar nights to a throne room witness, from broken bloodlines to royal business. I was hiding in shame, now I'm called by heaven, eating at the table where the king keeps blessings. From Lodibar nights to a throne room witness, grace found me low, now my voice is written. Not by my strength, not by my fitness, I'm a living proof of covenant forgiveness. Born in the shadows where hope don't visit, name title lost, yet fear was my lineage. Lodibar nights, nothing grows in the soil, dreams buried deep under poverty's toil. Lame in my walk, crippled by history, fell as a child, now pain telling stories to me. Identity fractured, future looking dim, I thought God forgot, but he remembered the king. Jonathan, blood in my veins, still chosen, even when my mindset stayed frozen. I was running from favor, hiding from light, didn't know mercy at GPS at night. Then a knock on the door, yeah, grace called my name. Is the one left? That question changed everything. Not because I was worthy, not strong, not clean, but a covenant spoken long before me. From Lodibar nights to a throne room witness, from broken bloodlines to royal business. I was hiding in shame, now I'm called by heaven, eating at the table where the king keeps blessings. From Lodibar nights to a throne room witness, grace found me low, now voice is written. Not by my strength, not by my fitness, I'm a living proof of covenant forgiveness. It says stay where you are, you don't belong here, but David sent words, said bring him no fear. Carried to the palace, that's still on my feet. Shame in my eyes, but love in the sea. I expected judgment, expected the sword, but I met a king who remembered the Lord. He said fear not, yeah, those words hit deep. Fear been my landlord, now eviction complete. Restore my inheritance, fields and land, what was stolen by time, placed back in my hands. And I ain't content, only not once, not twice. Permanent access by unearned rights. Still lame in my feet, but seated as a son. That's the mystery of grace, what the cross has done. I didn't walk there, I was carried by love. Earth couldn't explain what heaven approved. By night to a throne room witness, from broken bloodlines to royal business. I was hiding in shame, now I'm called by heaven, eating at the table where the king keeps blessings. From Lodibar nights to a throne room witness, grace found me low, now my voice is written. Not by my strength, not by my fitness, I'm a living proof of covenant forgiveness. I was named forgotten, but heaven remembers. I was called broken, but God calls me here. Same table, same bread, same cup forever. Grace didn't visit, grace moved me there. Same table, same bread, same cup forever. Grace didn't visit, grace moved me there. This ain't just a story, this prophecy living. We Mephibosheth, now watch grace keep giving. Church full of kings who once hid in caves, now throne room witnesses, bold and brave. Not self-made, now we got restored. Scar feet under the table, still loved by the Lord. I preach to the rejected, the bruised, the ashamed. Your past ain't your prison, it's a platform for flame. He don't just save you, he sees you right, makes you a witness of eternal life. From exile to family, from silence to voice, the gospel is God making mercy a choice. So if you feel unworthy, remember this song. If grace found me there, it can't get you wrong. From the field to the feast, from the dirt to the throne, you're not overlooked. Your call is on. From Lodibar nights to a throne room witness, broken bloodlines to royal business. I was hiding in shame, now I'm called by heaven, eating at the table where the king keeps blessings. From Lodibar nights to a throne room witness, grace found me low, now my voice is written. Not by my strength, not by my fitness, I'm a living proof of covenant forgiveness. Same table, same king, same grace, forever, forever. Forever. Yeah. This is Grace Talk. From Lodibar to the king's table, forgotten fields, eternal seat. Listen. From the forgotten fields to an eternal seat, I was lame in my feet, but the mercy ran deep. Name called by the king, I didn't earn this feat. Now I'm eating with royalty, grace on repeat. Yeah,
Grace on repeat.
from the dirt to the feast, yeah, grace on repeat.
Grace on repeat.
Yeah,
Yeah. Born into chaos, dropped when the crown fell. Nurse ran in panic, story started in a free fall. Feet crushed, future crushed, bloodline in exile. Grandson of Saul, but living like I'm disowned now. Lodibar living, that's the land of no word, no promise spoken. Just the pain that I heard, name meant shame. Yeah, they named me my curse. Every step was a reminder of the fallen reverse. I wasn't chasing the throne, I was hiding my face, trying to survive while the past is a pace. But grace don't Google your condition or state, it just remembers the covenant somebody else made. Who am I? Just a name in the dust who called me, covenant over my past who lifted me up. Mercy that rushed, now I sit with the king. Not because I was tough, no, because of grace. I was tough. Yeah, because of grace. Then David asked, is there one that remains? Not is he worthy, but is there a name? Love didn't expire with Jonathan's breath. Covenant outlived the silence and death. They came and found me, where hope never grows, where dreams go to die, where nobody goes. I said I'm a dead dog, that's trauma that talks. But kings hear covenant louder than scars. He said fear not, that's a shift in the room. Fear bows when mercy starts changing the tune. And restored, yeah, everything's all lost. Grace don't just heal you, it pays every cost. From Lodibar roads to a palace seat, broken legs hidden under royal sheets. I don't walk by strength, I don't walk by feet. I'm carried by grace to the place I eat at the king's table. Yeah, I belong. Same bread, same cup, same grace, same song. Now watch this mystery, leaning close. At the table you can see what's broken below. King don't expose what grace already covered. When you sit as a son, not a survivor or runner. Servants feed me, eat like I never fell. Identity healed where the story went left. I still can't walk, but I'm walking in truth. That weakness don't cancel what promise can do. I'm proof that mercy outruns your condition. That calling don't wait for your full permission. If God remembers, it's already done. He don't see Saul, he sees Jonathan's son. I was never forgotten, just hidden in time. Grace was working while I questioned my life. If he calls your name, don't argue though. I just move to the table, let mercy decide. Let mercy decide. Let mercy decide. This is not self-made favor. This is covenant mercy. I didn't climb the table. Yeah. The table came for me. Yeah, yeah. Not by speed, not by speed, not by might, not by might, not by perfect theology, but by a promise made before I knew my own genealogy. So if you're stuck in a place with no word, if your injury keeps preaching what you don't deserve, remember David's voice still echoes today. Bring him to the house, yeah, that's what grace says. Your shame got a name, but it don't got a throne. The king already decided where you belong. You're not late, not lost, not too far gone. If mercy can find you, the seed is still long.
From the garden fields to an eternal seed, I was lame in my feet, but the mercy ran deep. Name called by the king, I didn't earn this feat. Now I'm eating with royalty, grace on repeat. Grace on repeat, yeah. Grace on repeat.
Mephibosheth, yeah. This is not a comeback story. This is a covenant story from forgotten fields, yeah, to an eternal sea. Amen. Yeah. This is for everyone who felt dropped, forgotten, sidelined, counted out. You weren't abandoned. You were preserved, hidden in time, for covenant.
I was never forgotten, just hidden in time. Dropped but not dead, yet a promise still mine. From Lodibar night to the king's table shine, I eat with the sun, though the throne wasn't mine. Broken feet, but I still got a seat. Grace called my name when I couldn't compete. They thought I was finished, yet been disagreed. I was never forgotten, just hidden in time. Born in the palace, but the crown slipped away. Nurse dropped the future while running from pain. 5 years old, legs crushed, destiny blame. Royal blood but crippled, yeah, remember the name. From the house of Saul to the land with no bread. Lodibar nights, where the living feel dead. No passion, no word, just survival. Instead, they forgot who I was, but God marked my head. They said that's all we'll see, keep him unseen. History's problem, not fit for the dream. But heaven don't panic when things look unclean. God hides his treasures in places unseen. I was never forgotten, just hidden in time. Drop an idea, yeah, the promise still mine. From Lodibar nights to the king's table shine, I eat with the sun, though the throne wasn't mine. Then David asks, is there one left alive? Covenant mercy, still searching the line. Not for my strength, not for how I survive, but a promise he made with a friend back in time. Grace don't consult your condition or past. Grace don't ask if you're broken or fast. Grace remembers what trauma forgot. Calls you by name when the world says you're not. Zebra came running like, yeah, there is one. Lame in his feet, he's the forgotten son. But kings don't invite you to kill what they love. When mercy pulls up, it ain't holding a gun. Hidden, but not erased. Broken, but still embraced. Waiting on covenant days. Grace is about to locate me, yeah. Carried to the palace, fear in my chest. Thought I was summoned to breathe my last breath. Fell on my face like king, I'm a dog. But mercy stood up and rewrote the law. David said, fear not, that's kingdom talk. When grace interrupts the shame you walk. Restored the land that my father lost and pulled me closer, though it paid the cost. Said you eat with me, always here. Not once, not twice, but year after year. When I sit at the table, they can't see my feet. My weakness is hidden by royalty. I was never forgotten, just hidden in time. Just hidden in time. Drop a idea, drop a idea. Yeah, the promise still mine, the promise still mine. From Lodibar night to Lodibar night to the king's table shine, the king's table shine. I eat with the sun, I know what a day does. This for the ones with a limp in their walk. Dreams in a cast, but still hearing God. Family curses, abandoned by blood, but covenant louder than trauma and mud. You wasn't delayed, you were being preserved. Oil don't rush, was too heavy to serve. What broke you didn't cancel the call. It trained you to lean when you answer the throne call. If David found me, Jesus found you. Cross was the table, the veil tore through. Now we sit with the king, not because we're strong, but mercy been writing our name all along.
Yeah, the promise still mine. From Lodibar nights to the king's table shine, I eat with the sons, though the throne wasn't mine. Broken feet, broken feet, broken feet, though the throne wasn't mine. Broken feet, broken feet, though the throne wasn't mine.
This for the ones with a limp in their walk. Dreams in the cast, but still hearing God talk. Family curses, abandoned by blood, but covenant louder than trauma and mud. You wasn't delayed, you were being preserved. Oil don't rush, was too heavy to serve. What broke you didn't cancel the call. It trained you to lean when you answer the throne call. If David found me, Jesus found you. Cross was the table, the veil tore through. Now we sit with the king, not because we're strong, but mercy been writing our name all along.
Hidden doesn't mean forgotten. Broken doesn't mean rejected. Delayed doesn't mean denied. Covenant never expired.
I was never forgotten, just hidden in time, just hidden in time. Marked by the promise, not shaped by the crime. They counted me out, God counted me in. Pulled me from shadows, sat me within. Remember Mephibosheth there. He remembers me now, he remembers my name. From Lodibar pain to kingdom design, I was never forgotten. Yeah. If you're hidden, stay faithful.
I was never forgotten.
The table is already set. Grace knows your address.
Heaven's never forgotten.
Just hit it in time.